Welcome back, YouTubers. This is going to be a review of Transformers War for Cybertron Earthrise Smokescreen, one of the Datsun Transformers. Now, the reason they're called Datsuns is because the original Prowl, which they're all based off of, transformed into a Datsun ZX something or other. I don't remember the exact car brand. Smokescreen is interesting because he was originally painted to look like an actual race car, though his number was not 80 but 38 on the original. I suspect that the reason it's changed to 80 is copyright reasons. Those things happen a lot with Transformers, especially because they frequently cannot use the original car models for some of these due to ownership rights. But anyway, let's get started. As you can see, the box is pretty standard. It did come with a map piece, but I took it out already. And the main thing to know is he is pretty much identical to Blue Streak here, as well as probably Prowl, with some minor differences. But first, let's transform him. Pop off the guns and bits so it's easier to see him. Pop the doors. Pull down the arms. And then pull out the legs. Twist it around, flip down the plates here, and flip down those to make it easier for him to stand. Push out the arms, pop down this, and then you just fold it all together. There we go, and you can reattach his guns. Now, one of the main differences is that they don't have quite the same design, but it's basically the same mold with some minor retooling, and of course the paint job. For example, one thing you'll note is that the front of the cars is definitely different. Blue Streaks has less of a bumper, while Smokescreen has a big, thick one. The other thing is their head sculpts are different. Blue Streak has the same basic design as Prowl with the little sidebars around his face, while Smokescreen lacks that. He also has a whiter coloring for his face than the bright silver that is on both Blue Streak and I suspect also Prowl, though it is hard to say for sure. Otherwise, they're pretty much the same figure. I recommend getting both simply because this is one of my favorite Transformer designs. Prowl was always one of my favorites, and so were the ones that shared his design. An interesting thing about them is, while Blue Streak was basically a marksman and a sniper, Smokescreen was a specialist in deception and evasive tactics. He could produce a smokescreen, but he also had little devices built into his arms to allow him to affect electronics. In an old G1 Spotlight episode, the group of Transformers, including Prime, Bumblebee, and others, were captured by an alien, and Smokescreen basically had to work with the alien to cheat at gambling machines to try and win them, unfortunately being found out and their attempts thwarted. He eventually did save them, but I'll let you watch the old episode to see that. However, Smokescreen I do like quite a bit. He's one of those characters that I haven't had a representation of his G1 version in quite some time. I've had several other ones that share his name, but unfortunately they're usually different. Best I had was the Cybertron one from the Unicron trilogy, which was painted in his colors but was a reprint of Crosswise. Though interesting enough, Crosswise was called Smokescreen in the show for a bit until they decided to change it to Crosswise and changed all the future dubs of it. All in all, he's a pretty good figure, and if you're trying to build up your Transformer army of G1s, he's definitely one to grab because he's still pretty available, even nearly 5 months past when he was at his peak, and into the Kingdom line, which is when I'm recording this video. But all in all, That's Smokescreen for you. Please like, subscribe, comment below, share this video with your friends, and I'll see you all next time around. Ciao!